Welcome to another episode of Cooking with Coco LaBon. Today I'm going to do a couple of new things, and one of those things is going to be an eggplant ground beef dish, and then I'm also going to do a peach dessert. So it's my first time doing it, so hang in there, let's get started. So I love to multitask, and I'm browning some ground beef, which is already pretty lean. And this is almost going to be like a layered lasagna, but instead of using lasagna noodles, we're going to end up using sliced eggplant. I'm going to just go ahead and season this with a little bit of salt, some garlic seasoning, and just any kind of garlic seasoning. You can actually do fresh garlic if you like. We'll just use a little of this, and it's just to taste. And some pepper, of course. And I'm just going to continue to brown this. Now, while this is cooking, I'm just going to show you that I have a bowl of, this is an eggplant that I sliced up already into thin slices, because this is going to act as our lasagna noodles. And what I'm going to do is, so I'm doing a one-hand camera operation today. I should just set the tripod up, but I'm going to put some extra virgin olive oil on here, give it a good coating. I just want to make sure the eggplant has olive oil on both sides. I'm going to grill this in, have a grill skillet, and I'm going to start heating this up because I want the eggplant to get nice and soft. So I'm just going to kind of lay the eggplant in here lengthwise. And I'm basically going to continue to do this until all my eggplant slices have been grilled a little. Add a little salt. Again, a little bit of pepper. And I like to build my flavor, so a little bit of garlic as well. And then I'm continuing to brown my ground beef here. I just saw this recipe or something very similar on Instagram, and that's where I got the idea from. So I'll come back in a second and show you how I'm making progress on this, and then I'm going to switch to my peach dessert. I already have my peaches simmering, and actually in there I'm going to end up adding sugar, butter, and some nutmeg. So we'll come back to the peaches as well. I want to soften them up a little bit. I'm getting some nice grill marks on the eggplant, which is exactly what I want. But also, I'm looking for that pliability, that softness, so that I can layer it. Again, it's going to act as a lasagna noodle. So I'll come back to that. I just added some tomato sauce to my cooked ground beef. Because we're going to add sauce before and a little bit of sauce after, just like you would do with a normal lasagna. So I'll come right back to that. Okay, I am cheating a little bit. I just bought like a store-bought crust, pie crust, and I'm just going to put some little holes in it so it can breathe as it starts to cook. And I'm going to pour my peaches into this. It's just a nice shortcut that can save a lot of time. And also I did spray the bottom of my pan so that it doesn't stick. So let me get my peaches. I don't want this to be too doughy, so I'm actually going to stick this crust in a 375-degree oven for about 15 minutes or so and let it cook just a little, and then I'll come back and put my peach filling in there. Okay, I'm going to start layering my healthy lasagna. So first, I always want to put a little sauce on the bottom, and this is after I sprayed the pan also so that it will be non-stick. Put a little sauce at the bottom. You just want the whole dish to be nice and saucy. Then I've got all my eggplant that I cooked earlier. I'm going to put a layer on the bottom. This is so much healthier than regular lasagna noodles. And really, I love eggplant. It's just delicious. So let's get this layer. I think we're just going to end up with 2 layers. Because I had a fairly small eggplant that I found in the store. I was actually looking for a bigger one, but couldn't find one, so this is what I ended up with. So I've got my meat sauce. Put a layer of that in here. I've tasted it. Always taste this first, because this is going to be the basis for the taste of your whole dish. And if this tastes good, your meat sauce, you're good to go. You can't screw it up after that. Well, maybe you can, but it's unlikely. Okay, so there's the meat sauce. I'm going to put just a little bit of cheese on here in the middle. Not a lot. Put another layer of my eggplant. I'm so excited because it's the first time I'm making this. And I'm just going to finish off this row because I don't have enough to do 3 levels. Okay, put some more sauce. If you don't finish this all right away, you know, you can cut it in half and freeze it, or just freeze part of it for another day. But I can see right now this is going to make the most delicious, not just dinner, but lunch. And you don't have to cook this a long time because the meat is already cooked. The ground beef is cooked. You can use, you know, ground turkey or chicken if you like, or just do a totally vegan with just the sauce. Got that layered on. And then what I'm going to do is just put a little more sauce on there. And I actually have a basil plant. So I'm going to put just a few, and I'm just going to put whole basil leaves on here. It's so fragrant. I keep this in my kitchen window. And I kind of just started doing this recently, but it's just so fragrant and just adds that extra bit of freshness. Now, I'm just going to do a little more cheese on top. And of course, I'm using mozzarella. And you could use the sliced mozzarella if you want, and just slice it up. And I'm just going to put this in the oven until the cheese melts, really. And that's really all I need to do. So I'll be back with the finished dish. Okay, so my little rustic peach tart is ready to go. So the peaches, I added sugar, nutmeg, and butter. And you know what? I tasted the sauce in there, the liquid, and it's perfection. So I was going to pour some of it off, but I really don't want to waste it. So we're just going to go for it. I'm pouring the whole thing in here. And really, I just want to bake this off until the crust has fully cooked. So that's probably going to take 20-30 minutes. So we'll come back and look at that very soon. Okay, this is the eggplant lasagna. It was 375-degree oven for about 20 minutes. And here is my peach tart dessert fresh out of the oven. I left it open face. Oh my God. Oh my God. That is so good. That is amazing. That tastes exactly like what a good peach cobbler should taste like. Oh, it's delicious. Thank you again for joining me for another episode of Cooking with Coco LaBon. And I will see you next time. My peach cobbler tart and my eggplant lasagna both were a hit today.